of day 8. Pretty windy. We anchored over here where we were protected. Sunrise. And we are headed. Where are we headed? Where are we headed this morning?
We're going across Chontawachi Bay. And,
towards Pensacola, right?
Yeah, towards Pensacola.
Okay. Let's do selfie. This is the morning of our day 9, and we are in Home Point Marina in Gulf Shore, Alabama, and it's a beautiful day so far. We had some housekeeping to do this morning. We had to wash down all the salt from all the waves we crashed into. It was everywhere, and we wiped everything down. I'm letting the towels dry while Andrew runs with a neighbor we met on one of the surrounding boats, and who actually keeps his boat here, has a car here, and he was running some errands, so Andrew went with him and picking up oil for the boat. We're hoping to get maybe a start around noon today and see how far we get. We're headed towards Louisiana, so that should be interesting. Several locks, a lot of traffic, so we'll see how it goes. We are at Horn Island. We're anchored here for the night. We're in the middle of the Mississippi Sound. It's a lot calmer now, but it was a pretty rough afternoon. So we were glad to anchor and stop the beating for a little while. The morning wasn't too bad. We were passing Mobile Bay, but we still have quite a ways through the Mississippi Sound to get to. So that is our plan for tomorrow, to hopefully make it just outside New Orleans tomorrow. Morning of day 10. Had some wind noise out here this morning. See Biloxi, Mississippi over there. That's the skyline. Starboard. And driving this morning, we made him take over when we had to pass the barge. It's a little too slow for us to take these waves. A little windy this morning, but not as bad as it has been. Okay, we are pulling into the New Orleans area. I don't know what that was about. Okay. This is the Riglets. We have to go through there. We wanted to go to Lake Strait, which we are not doing that today. We are headed. What route did you say we were going?
Chefly route. Coming west.
Ah, okay.
Over there on the right, the railroad bridge is Riglets.
Okay.
And right there straight ahead with the channel markers red green.
The Chefly route.
That's the Chefly route. And further to the left, some construction you got to worry about at night.
Yes. I can't tell, are they lighted? We're getting in a little early since we had such an early start. So we are going to go head to the marina and we're going to spend the evening in the French Quarter. Here we go. So. Oh, it's a video.
Is that a video?
towards the first couple of locks before we hit a little bit of the Mississippi River. So we're saying goodbye to New Orleans this morning and continuing on our trek to Texas. Still day 10. We tried to leave early to catch all these locks because they closed this first one, industrial, for a curfew traffic 6 to 8:30, and we got here
An hour.
Yeah, we got here about 6, but they had a boat coming out, and they went ahead and told us to tie up, and it looks like we'll be here till 8:30. It looks like we missed it. We got held up at a couple of the railroad bridges waiting for them to open, and so now we're just waiting for our window at this lock. Well, we made it through curfew, and now we are waiting in the industrial lock. We're the only vehicle on this side, so that's a plus. I know there's a lot of barge traffic that comes through, so we're doing pretty good so far. Just in case you ever come through here, they throw you down a line. We did it to the middle. He told me to just go ahead and fade it off and wait until we were all finished. And pretty lonely in here. We've left the industrial lock and we're headed towards the Harvey lock. Nice view of an aircraft carrier here, city of New Orleans. We are on the Mississippi. Pretty cool as you navigate the Mississippi. You get a very close view of downtown New Orleans. The river makes a bend and goes right by the city. You see the ferry dock. What a great view this morning. This is the Harvey lock, and we have been requested to stand back. Currently loading up the other side. Like currently Mississippi, so try to get out of here as much as possible. Out of the way. A little doors again, and let it have come in. So this is Avery Noel, which we have passed several times since Alabama. Except this time she doesn't have her cargo with her. It's just the tugs coming out of the Harvey lock. Both sides of the canal. Said day 10 this morning, but it's day 11. We left New Orleans this morning and we headed to Kemah, I think that's how you say it, H-O-U-M-A, and we are parked at their city marina, which doesn't cost. They let you plug into electricity and they have water. They don't have bathrooms or showers, but that's pretty cool. It was pretty easy in. Here's the waterway. We just pulled right in here. This is us right here. It's right next to a city park. We walked, it was about a little 15-minute walk to a Mexican food restaurant, Papi Chayo. And that was really good. They also have an Italian food restaurant that's supposed to be really good called Cristiano's, that will come and pick you up if you're in the mood for Italian food. Tomorrow, we are headed for an anchorage in Oxbow. So we're getting closer to Texas. hoping the weather holds out and we'll see us home. We have our 12th day, getting ready to cast off, leaving the Kemah City docks. We are headed to Shell Morgan's Landing and also fuel. This is the morning of our 12th day. Our way from Kemah to Abbeville. Got a little boat going by us. It's a beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise. The sky is beautiful. The river or the waterway here is really pretty. It's got a lot of tufts of plants and groups of foliage that you have to avoid. But not too bad so far. The weather's pretty so far. We've got a barge up ahead of us. Did you say about half a mile away?
A little less than half a mile.
Andrew's driving us this morning.
Sleepy.
We had to take a detour this morning, going down by Eugene, which is a cutoff, an alternate route off of the waterway because Barduja Lock is closed Monday through Friday, at least through the end of April. So this is an alternate that routes around the lock, adds on about 10 miles, which for us is probably hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes longer, but it's been so peaceful and beautiful out here this morning. Not complaining. Evening of the 12th day, and we had a really nice peaceful day until about 4 p.m. Then we had storms coming through. We still have storms coming through. But what an awesome sunset. We're trying to make it to Shell Morgan's Landing. We're delayed by about 2 hours because we had to pull over and anchor for a little bit. Hopefully we'll make it there soon. This is the afternoon of day 13. Do one this morning. I was feeling bummed because the weather is not cooperating. We're having trouble making it back to Texas. We're so close. Just 24 hours, 25 hours away. But the winds are, radio in the background, winds are about 30 miles an hour. You can see the waves. This is just in front of the little cutout for the marina that we're staying at. Shell Morgan, very friendly. Not very good cell service here. We have T-Mobile. We are using their Wi-Fi. It kind of cuts in and out. So we're just hanging out for the day. I'm reading. Andrew's actually doing some work remotely. Actually doing some work. And it should calm down by tomorrow. We're going to hopefully cut out. And maybe we'll make it back in time for Easter. Starting to lose track of space. Waiting outside the Leland Bowman lawn. Got a couple of vessels, a tug and a barge, maybe another tug and barge down there ahead of us. So it may be be a little while before we get in there. Normally this lock is open, but they've had a lot of rain, and if there's any sort of flooding or a lot of rain going on, they close this lock to try and keep the salt, brackish water from coming into the fresh water. We are entering the Leland Bowman lock. We're not tying up, we're just going straight through the middle, and then they're going to blow the whistle and we're free to go through. She went ahead and let us go in front of the other barges and stuff. I think she said just to get rid of us. So, whatever, I'm just glad to be going through. Made it through the Leland Bowman lock. There's a picture of the barge that passengers going in. And it's another beautiful sunrise, and we are on our way. We are going to try and push home for Texas this morning. We'll probably get there tomorrow. Meaning we're going to try and push through until we make it. We're looking at probably 24, 26 hours from now. Just depending on the weather and how much barge traffic we run into and how much we get held up at the next lock. Getting to pass through Calcasieu Lock. Supposedly the Black Pontoon Bridge has a curfew of 6 to 8 and 2 to 4, but they did not seem to have a curfew today. We just requested and they opened. We were able to go ahead and get an opening right into the lock, passing through
Calcasieu. Calcasieu.
All right.
Not Pikachu.
I didn't say that. Calcasieu, I think is what it is.
Okay, Judy's at the pilot, so I'm going to do the video. I don't know if you can tell or not, but we just went through an area that was really busy. There was probably 20, 30 barges that were under power, and then a bunch of barges that weren't under power as well. Just some of them just off to the side. It's like Barge Central. From that bridge that you see way back there, and then about another 2 miles back behind it, and then between here and the corner. Yeah, it's pretty busy.
First alligator. We are coming to the evening of day 14, and we have just crossed the Texas-Louisiana border just as we got to Cavell Island. We're headed towards Sabine, the Sabine River, and then on to Galveston. We are going to try and motor through the night so we can reach Galveston about 6:30 tomorrow morning. Just depending on how the traffic goes and whether or not the weather continues to hold out for us. So far it has been a beautiful day today. This is the morning of day 15. We have just crossed under the bridge in Kemah. We left this morning about 5:30, and we left yesterday at 5:30, and it is now 6 in the morning. So it took us about 24 and a half hours, and we are on our way to our slip. We've called the harbor master. He's going to meet us there. This is our first time putting a Bemis in her slip, and we're glad to be back in Texas. We're looking forward to a shower, a couple of hours sleep. We're going to clean up the boat, and then we are going to head home. It's been a long 2 weeks. We've learned a lot, and it's good to be home. about noon on the 15th day since we started our journey to bring Abimas from Stuart, Florida to Kemah, Texas. We got a couple hours sleep after all night last night, and we cleaned her up a little bit, battened down the hatches, so to speak, put up the window covers, and we are headed for home. Hope that she'll be all secure until we get back. It was a long journey, but we learned a lot. And the next time we take her out, we hope we have more time so we can appreciate and enjoy all the places that